Hey everybody, Adam Radman here, and today we're going to unbox the 2023 Taylormade P790. If you haven't watched or seen it so far or already, take a peek at my unboxing video of the 2021 Taylormade P790s. What's a little different between that video and this video is that on that video, it was a true unboxing, sight unseen, taken off the security tape together. Unfortunately, this will not be the same because I did a little bit of a different wrapping in my grip. So the place that I got fitted at, Hagen Oaks Golf Course, Northern California, big shout out to them. They had to help build out the grip specification for myself, or I should say the tape, before the grips were put on. So they already got a chance to get at it, and so it won't be a true sight unseen because they had to count it, and then they needed me to validate the clubs that they were giving to me, versus in my first experience there were no different changes that Taylormade couldn't do when they were setting up my irons, where when they shipped it over to me, we got to open it up with the security tape. So let's take a look. Before we jump into the 2023, we've got the 2021 model. So again, these were what the original ones look like. As you can see, this is where they went with that nice satin finish. You had that gloss kind of chrome look where it tapers from larger at the toe down to thinner as it gets to the heel. Obviously you can see the kind of hex screw in there where that was where they injected with the speed air foam. And then of course, that inner line with the satin finish. Now my 2021s were fitted with the KBS C-taper lights in a regular shaft, and they were actually increased a 1/4 inch. My 2023 P790s are actually increased a 1/2 inch, and actually lie angle adjusted 3 degrees flatter, and then I built up my grips a little bit differently. I've been golfing now for just about 4 years, so my swing has changed. So I definitely recommend always get fitted for your clubs and always try different clubs, and just to see which one gives you the best disbursement. I was actually looking at different brands because I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna get new clubs, I didn't notice too much of a difference on the outside from the irons. Let me see if, based on my swing change, if other irons work better. There were a couple close ones. Titleist was very close. I just like the feel a little bit of the P790s, probably because I'm used to them already. So again, go to your local fitter, get fitted, see what the numbers look like for you. My recommendation is, go to them with, 4 or 5 different irons that you're looking at. I would also let them know what you're looking to gain out of your clubs and your fitting experience, and be engaged with the numbers and take a peek at it. It's really interesting, and really have a good relationship with that fitter. I was fortunate with my fitter, been fitting for over, I think, 35 years, master fitter out at Hagen Oaks Golf Course in Sacramento. So it was a great experience, and we tried different things, different lengths, different shafts, different irons, and even down to different grip size and all of that, so we can really tune it in. So really great experience, and it was worth the money. So let's take a look. So I don't think there was much of a difference in the box. So as you can see, Taylormade P700 series. I believe this is what it looked like last year. I don't remember, I haven't seen that that previous video that I made. So let's take a look at what this looks like here. You just have the flip up tabs on the side. Normally you'll have the security tape. You can almost see where it used to be on here. That was obviously popped off. Let's see here, what does this say here? Oh, the best performance golf brand in the world. Okay, well, I think that's subjective, but they definitely are a large golf brand. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. So you'll start off with, you'll have the padded area where your heads are on the bottom, and then on the top, you'll have the irons that come across and then protected. And then each head is individually wrapped. So let's take a look at these. Now, what's the difference between 2023 and 2021? So there's quite a variety of differences that are happening with this iron. So one is that what they did differently, other than just, hey, we have the tungsten weight, the flighted, center of gravity and speed air foam, all that good stuff. Essentially, a couple different things change. One is that on the inside of each individual iron, the inside shaping of it is different for each iron. So the speed foam is different, the center of gravity changes, the weighting changes. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they did that. They have the FLTD CG, which is, I guess, higher performance center of gravity, so it gets you to the sweet spot better. And then of course it said it did have some like different sound dampening. I will say I think that acoustically, I like the sound of the 2021 better. It could have been the fact that I was, when I was getting fitted for the 2023 version, you know, I'm kind of in a warehouse, hitting outside of a garage door into a driving range, and you can really hear the acoustics more, a little more echoey in there. Maybe that's what was throwing me off, but again, not much difference. I'm not one of those guys that's thrown off by the sound of my irons. They're all similarly the same. Like I said, for me, what I did notice on the P790 for 2023 versus the 2021 version is I felt like the 2021 version, at least for me, a lot more of my mishits were more of a snap hook left. Again, could have been that we were tweaking with the shaft and all of that, most likely. But yeah, let's take a peek. So this is the 7-iron, like I said. This time I went with KBS, the same shaft, C-taper light, except I was fitted with a stiff flex versus a regular flex. So this actually increased, actually I think it was by 5 grams in weight as well. Again, we went a 1/2 inch longer in shaft length, and then we also went 5 degrees flatter with the lie angle. So if anyone's ever adjusting loft or lie angle, obviously you know that they have to put it in the machine and make those changes. So it'll be interesting to see what they actually look like after they were placed in the machine. So we'll take the cover off. So you can see that it's got a little bit of marking, very, very, very hard to see. You can see where it was kind of clamped into the machine for that. Again, that's not going to make a difference on the performance. I'm going to try to rub this to see if it is anything different. And no, it does appear that, you know what, it just looked like maybe there's a little bit of grease or dirt from being in that vise. So not too bad. I mean, clean looking iron, as you can see. Again, they went with more of a straighter line versus a larger, you know, really thick to thin transition. I'll show it next to the 2021 version, but you can see aesthetically, like pretty much the same iron from a looks perspective. I'll put them up side by side together so you can really take a peek. So this is the 2023 version. This is the 2021 version. So you can see same kind of satin look. Not much else different, right? Again, there's that chrome face versus the outside. From my understanding, the outside design did have a little bit of difference in the manufacturing process. If we look at the front of the irons here, sorry, you can see similar satin finish. It does seem that the 2023 version is more of a matte finish. I actually didn't really quite notice it until now in the sunlight. It does have a little bit more of a matte finish than the 2021 version, although it's still kind of a, it's got a little bit more sheen to it, a little bit more shine. It's definitely where it is at the angle of the sun. You can clearly see the difference in the color. I mean, from far away, I couldn't notice a difference, but when you look at it up close, you can see the difference. What about durability? Again, my 2021s were great. I had no issues with them. I will say that on the 2021 pitching wedge and 5-iron, the pitching wedge I hit out of kind of a sand area. It wasn't a bunker. It was kind of this kind of waste area. Hit out of there, and that one got a kind of scratch from it from a rock. Didn't affect its performance. And then I had a punch shot that I was hitting that just so happened that under the kind of top layer of just normal soil and stuff, there was actually a little bit of rocks underneath there that weren't really visible, and I caught a nick on the bottom of that iron, and it's fine. Didn't impact the playability of the iron at all. But really excited to try these out. Oh yeah, when you do unbox, you'll have one iron that'll, you know, kind of show where it's made from and all that for your shaft. So you just yank that off, that comes right off. The only other difference I noticed from a look perspective is like my 2021s didn't have that serial number kind of engraved right there at that piece or of the of the club here as it goes in, you know, on that side. But I don't know, maybe it just wore off, or if it was somewhere else on the iron, I just never paid attention to it. Like I said, a little bit more of a matte finish. So I'm assuming because it's a little more of a matte finish, I'm just going to assume that these will get probably a little more banged up on the outside from like a scratching perspective. Doesn't bother me. I like my clubs to, you know, get a little bit of that used look to it. Gives it character, in my opinion. I don't want it too clean. What I really enjoyed about these is, again, I thought the matte finish was similar to the original ones. That's what I really enjoyed about them is I'm a very visual guy, even when it came down the shafts. I did get a little bit better performance, and we're talking marginal, but again, my fitting experience, I said I want the best that will work for me. And it was a different shaft. I'm not going to name names because it just, you know, again, it was a better number. I just didn't like the chrome like gloss on it, especially out here in California. That sun shines on it. My eye will get attracted to that glare. I just don't like it. So I did go back to the similar shaft that I had before because of that matte finish, reduces the glare. And so yeah, that's what I went for. So I highly suggest go get fitted, try some clubs out. Recommendations on fitting, just again, make sure that you go in there with 4 or 5 different irons that you want to swing. Tell the fitter what you're looking for. Talk to them, review the numbers, and make it a fun experience. Test them out. But again, the Taylormade irons work best for me. Those are the 2023 P790s. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and or let me know if there's any other videos or content that you'd like to see. Take care, everybody.